Hello and welcome to you from Osijek here in Croatia. It's another day of finals here at the 2023 European Championships for shotgun at this very famous Olympic shooting range here in the heart of Osijek. We're about to get underway with the first of our junior competitions in trap. My name is Rory McAllister and I'll be your commentator for this women's junior final. Then the men junior come up just afterwards, 4:30 local time for the men junior trap final. But before then, we have the women junior to get going with for today. So weather-wise, just taking a quick look at the weather at the moment, 26 degrees Celsius. Humidity is just down a little bit on yesterday, 44%. The main difference today is not only the cloud cover, but also the wind is up to 6 meters per second, because the last few days of finals, we've hardly seen any wind at all. Though saying that, when I arrived here at the shotgun range earlier on today, the wind was a lot stronger than it is now. So will affect the clays just ever so slightly in terms of their flight paths, but I'm sure these junior shooters know exactly what they're doing. And of course, a little bit of wind, anyone can deal with that, surely, at this sort of level here at the European Championships. We've had a great time so far here in Osijek, and now to get going with the trap competitions. So eco-friendly target types, of course. Maximum weight of the 12 gauge shotgun up to 4 kilos. And once again, like Skeets, the cartridge shot weight, 24.5 grams is the maximum allowed. There is just that 0.5 of deviation in between, but that's where you need to come in with your cartridge weight. So just an example of what one of the shotguns looks like. Some parts are customizable, and you can change just the buttstock at the back, for example, but it has to have a lowest buttstock point, and that can only be a maximum of 170 millimeters. So wherever you are around the world, thank you for joining us on the ESC YouTube channel. Feel free to subscribe to our channel. You can also go to the website, European Shooting Federation, and find out everything you need to know about this competition. Before we get going, let's have a look back at qualification. So that's how it all panned out in qualification, and it was Sofia Letame of Italy who topped the scoreboard on 116. A very impressive performance, because some of the other chasing pack just 3 hits behind on 113, 112 down to 111, and then Maddie Purser of Great Britain on 110. So that's what set the standard for this women junior trap final. That was qualification earlier on today. So wherever you are around the world, welcome to you. Local time here in Osijek is just coming up to 25 minutes past 3 in the afternoon. So some of the crowd now gathered for this women junior trap final. And nice to see so many people here who've been enjoying the final so far. It's been a well-organised competition. We've had a great time, been very well looked after as well. So the conditions today, I would say, are certainly the most different than we've had over the last few days for skeet. So between now and next Tuesday, so over the next week, that's where we'll fulfil the trap finals. And here we go with the introductions. So 21-year-old Sofia Letame of Italy comes out, gold medalist in the European Championships. That was in Larnaca last year. So I'm sure would like to defend that European title. So Georgia Lenticchia, who's from Italy, 20 years old, silver medalist at the World Championships in Changwon. That was earlier this year. So can she repeat that kind of achievement here on the European stage? So those are the two Italians in this final. And now the turn for Noella Pontes Varrubia. 18 years old. Sorry, 17 years old actually. I think the youngest competitor in this final. And this is her second European Championship final. So hoping for medals today. I do like those ear defenders. Nice and colourful. Did have a quick chat with Noella before the final and she seemed very, very relaxed. So Emma Kortyshova, 18 years old, from Slovakia. She's a 5-time national champion of Slovakia and was 4th in the World Championships final in Larnaca last year. So can she bring some of that form to this final today? And Zina Herdlichkova. Again, spoke to Zina before the final. 19 years old, bronze medalist at the World Championships in Lenato. That was in 2019. So I'm sure hoping for more medals today, just like all the other athletes in this trap final. And then the final introduction is Madeline Purser of Great Britain. Madeline's now 20 years old, silver medalist in the trap mixed team. That was at the World Championships in Changwon earlier this year. So that's the kind of calibre we have in this final, a very high standard indeed. I'm sure we're about to witness world-class shooting on the European stage. So the introduction now of the jury and the referee. So Christophe Bouche of France makes his way out and has been in command of quite a few finals here in Osijek over the last week and a half or so. And from Germany, Rainer Prompus will be our referee. Again, sporting one of those trilbies. I still don't have my hands on one of those hats just yet, but there's still time. There's still a week to go. Somebody surely is going to chuck one into my suitcase. A nice little memento from our time here in Osijek. So here's how they line up then. Two Italians in this final, Sofia Litame and Georgia Lencheka. And then Noella Pontes Varrubia of Spain. Alongside Emma Kortyshova of Slovakia, Zina Herdlichkova of the Czech Republic, and then Madeline Purser of Great Britain. The Great British team actually have brought a fairly decent squad to Croatia and done quite well in the skis over the last couple of days. So just looking at the reporting area now, you'll see a bank of screens there off to the right. That's the actual scoreboard, and this is where the athletes come along to collect their cartridges. You can see them there just folding up the boxes, and all of these boxes are sealed as well. The cartridges are weighed. Some samples are taken as well. Two cartridges in one envelope and 4 in another. And it's just to make sure that everything is fair and present and correct, because sometimes even in the cartridge box it can happen. It's not necessarily athletes' mistakes, but at the factory sometimes you might get a 28-gram cartridge, for example, put into a box of 24s, just in case perhaps it was empty and one space was there. It has happened over the years and can happen, but on the whole everything is checked by equipment control here so that everything's fair in this competition. So just going through the test fire, and you'll notice the difference in trap as well, where you can actually just raise the shotgun before you actually take your shot. So test fire done, competition underway. And Sofia Letame opens up with a hit, and Lencheka likewise with a hit. So Kortyshova now, and that's a miss. It's just amazing how quickly they shoot. I mean, the ideal time really, they say, to take a shot is about 0.7 seconds. So or 0.7 of a second. So under 1 second is the ideal time to try and hit the clay. Otherwise, of course, the angles and the distance come into play and it just becomes a little bit more tricky. But all of the traps in the bunker are randomised. One thing the athletes do know is that they'll get 2 shots off to the left, 2 shots off to the right, and 1 in the middle. And as you can see, they come out at different angles and different heights. And then the clays go way off into the distance, unless you can take your shot and hit the clay early. So it'll be over 50 targets. After 25 targets, we'll have our first elimination, as you can see on your screen, and then eliminations through from 30 targets, 35 and 40. And then you'll notice a gap. The gold and silver medal will be decided over the final 10 targets. And if there's a tie, once we get to 50, then we will have a shoot-off. So Kortashova, a miss and a hit so far. That's a nice little bit of recovery, because Lentichia of Italy has only hit 1 so far, so could find herself bottom of the pack once we get through the first 5. Here's Maddie Purser of Great Britain. Oh, just misses that one. It just skipped off to the left. That's a pretty safe and solid shot right down the middle for Sophia Letame. So no target called. You'll see Daniele Despino, a name that needs no introduction in the world of shotgun. I haven't seen Daniele for a little while. It's nice to have a chat with him earlier and say hello. Some great shooting from Pontes Varubia. Without a miss so far. Likewise, Litame of Italy also without a miss, as is Hedrichkova of the Czech Republic. So nice recovery for Maddie. There's her coach. That's Stephen Scott, also known as Scotty. And that's a perfect 5 for the Italian. Great start. Lentichia, meanwhile, has just managed to make a bit of a recovery over those last 2 hits. And now can Pontes Varubia make this a solid 5 indeed. Great shot. Antonio Bayon Rodriguez, again another formidable presence in the world of shotgun shooting. He's won so many tournaments over the years. Hedrichkova with 5 out of 5, and now can Maddie Purser finish with a hit? Just misses that one to the left. She was just left of the target there, I think. And that's Petra Hedrichkova, who is Zina's dad. That's a fantastic shot from Pontes Varubia. Just really was right in the sight line for that one, right in the middle of the play. And Wojtek Varga, the coach, looking on. So each athlete without a miss over that last series. And now Sophia Litame keeps up this perfect hit rate There is Daniele Di Spigno. So Lenticchia with a miss. Pontes Volubia also without a miss so far. Oh, and it's missed that one down the middle. It was just too low. Korteshova, meanwhile, with 2 hits so far. And Hedrickova also follows that up with another hit. Can Maddie Purser keep up the pressure on the others? Well, 2 hits so far for the Briton. Sophia Litterme does look in great form. So Lenticchia this time with a hit. So always good to get a hit after you've had a miss. And that's a double miss. Last 2 targets have been missed by Pontes Volubia. Meanwhile, Korteshova keeps on with 3 in a row. That was a great shot. That target shot out there at a relatively high angle out to the right. I'm pretty sure that I don't think I'd hit one of them. I might take a guess, I think, but they do make it look very easy. Oh, and another miss from Lenticchia. Pontes Volubia now, perhaps a recovery. And it's a hit. Yes, that's all going in the right direction again. Korteshova really low into the shot, and that clay, well, it survives. It goes off to live another life elsewhere. Some of them do break on impact with the ground, but that one will more than likely get bitten by all the bugs and mosquitoes later this evening. Some of the finals where they've gone past 6 PM in the evening, we've all been here with our Mozzie spray and cream to try and bat away the bugs. So Sophia Litterme is without a miss so far. 10 out of 10 targets. Lenticchia with 6. Pontes Volubia on 8. Korteshova on 5 with the last 2 missed. And Hedrickova, great shooting. So we have 2 athletes on 10. And that's a great shot from Maddie Purser to turn that clay into powder in the sky. So we now have the next 5 targets for each athlete to take us up to 15. So Sophia Litterme of Italy and Hedrickova are the 2 leaders, both on 10. A perfect performance so far. Can Sophia keep this up? So far, that's 11. So no targets called there. So the traps down in the bunker are randomised. I mean, there are ways of trying to memorise everything, as that clay again flies off to meet the other one and live a happy life. But at the same time, trying to memorise the randomisation is fairly tricky and difficult. I mean, you've got enough to concentrate on just taking the actual shots themselves. Hedrichkova still without a miss, as is Sofia Litame of Italy. Again, without a miss. This is great stuff from Sofia Litame of Italy. 12 out of 12 so far. And 17-year-old Pontes Varubia misses that last one. Kortashova, meanwhile, is up to 7. And I think just needs to make up a bit of ground on the others, because at this stage of a trap final, this is where things can start slipping away if the misses just creep in too much. Oh, that was a difficult shot for Maddie Purser of Great Britain. Decent effort though, but just missed that one. That's a terrific shot right in the middle. You see the determination on their face as well after the last miss from Pontes Varubia. A real solid one right in the centre of the clay. You see that one hit the ground and dispersed. So 12 seconds on the shotgun for this one, on the shot clock. 30 seconds in skeet for both of your shots, but in trap it's just 12. And the reaction times are just world class, so impressive. So misses starting to creep in here and there. Sofia Litame also with her first miss a few shots ago for Italy. She's the eldest competitor in this final at 21. As gold medalist at the European Championships in Larnaca last year, so back here in Osijek to defend her European title. Maddie Purser, I think, perhaps just underneath that one again. So Sofia Litame finishes the first 15 targets with 14 hits. Lentikia with 10. Pontes Varubia on 12 out of 15. And Kortashova only on 9, so needs to make up some ground. Hedrichkova also on 14, so like Sofia, just with 1 miss. Maddie Purser misses her last target to leave herself on 10. So 2 athletes now on 14. And Sofia Litame's missed that one. So a chance here for Hedrichkova to go in front for the first time. That's a terrific shot, that one. So class, I think it was a hit, even though that clay skipped away. They must have at least just seen some sort of powder clipped on it. And it means that, therefore, that Hedrichkova does actually go in front for the first time. So we have a clear leader for the first time in this trap final. So Pontes Ferrugia has made a bit of a recovery over the last couple of shots. Now up to 14 alongside Sophia Littomé with 2 misses from the Italian. Meanwhile, Lentichia has had 2 hits so far. And Hrdlicka looks in really good form at 16 out of 17 clays. And Littomé's at the 3rd miss in a row. It is. So the tide really turning for Sophia Littomé. She had a perfect score up to 10 targets and then missed one over the next 5, and now over this next 5. Feeling the heat a little bit perhaps. Terrific shot right in the centre. Pontes Ferrugia, I think, really does mean business, slapping that empty cartridge into the basket.
No target.
So no target called.
Ready.
Hrdlicka will go again. And there's a miss there. So just showing indeed that even at a competition like this, perfect scores are just something of a beautiful dream, really, because 16 now out of 18. And Sophia Littomé's hit that one, so at least perhaps that keeps her chances of survival alive. Pontes Ferrugia, meanwhile, on 16 hits and putting the pressure on Hrdlicka from Czech Republic, who she's shooting now to go up to 17 hits. And Maddie Purser really did need to hit that one, because it means she's now on, is it 12? Yeah, it is 12. So Sophia Littomé finishes up with 16 out of 20. Lentichia on 14. That's 6 misses. Pontes Ferrugia now. All 5 this time. Great stuff. And another all 5 sweep as well from Kortashova. Hrdlicka, who's had a bit of mixed form, has missed that one as well. Crucial at this stage, so there'll be a tie for the lead between Pontes Ferrugia and Hrdlicka. So interesting how this is unfolding. Maddie Purser, meanwhile, is on 13 hits out of 20. So over the next 5 targets for each athlete, we'll see our first elimination. So the current European champion now knows what's at stake in order to defend her title. She's got to keep on hitting. Earlier on, she had the first 10 out of 10, and a few misses started to creep in, and again, that's another miss called. So just a bit of a wobble from the current European champion. No target called for Lentichia. Solid shot, up to 15. And Pontes Ferrugia had all 5 a second ago, and starts that again with another hit. Kortashova, I think, just off to the right of that target a little bit. Meanwhile, Hedrickova is on 18. And keeping the pressure up on the Spaniard, Pontes Volubia, also on 18 hits. So a hit this time for Sofia Littermate. And Tika, meanwhile, 2 hits in a row. No target called.
Ready.
"19 hits out of 22 so far for Pontes Volubia of Spain. A great standard here at the European Championships. So Maddie Purser of Great Britain just has some work to do here in order to try and catch up and keep her survival. And needs to hope that some of the others start to miss a lot more than they have been. And Hedrickova has missed that one, so stays on 18. So Pontes Volubia of Spain goes into the lead. Maddie Purser, meanwhile, with a hit. She needs that. 14 hits. Best total Maddie Purser can hope for now is 17. Meanwhile, Sofia Littermate, even with a miss, is still stuck on 17 hits. And Lentikia nails that one. 3 in a row. Terrific shot from Pontes Volubia. Slaps that cartridge down. And I think it's passion just showing. So Hedrickova on 19. Maddie Purser needs to hit this one to stay in it. And has missed. So she will be leaving the final. Maddie Purser now can only get up to 16. So Pontes Volubia, is it going to be another 5 out of 5? It's looking that way for her. Emma Kortashova, meanwhile, misses that last clay. So Sofia Littermate's missed that one. So after 25 targets, has 18 hits. Lentikia, who started with a bit of a wobble at this beginning of this final, has since recovered, and that's 5 in a row for 19 hits. Pontes Volubia, meanwhile, has missed that one. So the perfect 5 after the last perfect 5 wasn't to be this time. Kortashova on 17, and now Hedrickova can tie for the lead if she hits this target, and does. So Spain and Czech Republic tied, and Maddie Purser now just taking her final shots of this final, and she's finished in 6th place. So Maddie Purser, the silver medalist in the trap mixed team in Changwon at the World Championships, leaves the final in 6th place. What an achievement to get to this final here on the European stage. And I think she looks happy enough to have even got this far, and makes her way over to Stephen Scott, her coach, who I'm sure has said well done for making the final. So Maddie Purser of Great Britain is the first athlete to leave in 6th place. Meanwhile, 2 tied at the top, both on 21 hits. That's Noela Pontes Varubia and Zina Hedrichkova of the Czech Republic. They're the 2 in front. So the eliminations come much faster now, because we'll get to 30 targets and 5th place will be leaving. And this is where misses are much more crucial than they were before. Up until 25 targets, you've still got a little bit of time to peg it back, make a recovery. Now though, this is where it can be painful with those misses. So Hedrichkova on 22, just looking at this, and Kortashova can now only get up to 22. So that makes it 19. So it's just now between Kortashova and Lentikia, because they're both on 19. But it just now depends if Lentikia can get in front. And misses that one, crucial. That's 3 misses in a row. Pontes Varubia, meanwhile, again, it's just showing real class. Kortashova misses that one, so it's going to be close, I think, between Kortashova and Lentikia of Italy. Hedrichkova, meanwhile, 23 hits. Will this be 24? It is indeed. There we have it. So Sophia Littomei's been shooting much better over these last few targets. That's 4 in a row. And Lentikia hits that one to try and back up hopes of survival in this final. So Pontes Varubia, can she make it 25? Can. And now Kortashova, this shot is crucial as to whether or not she will stay into this final or not. And that was a hit. So both on 20 alongside the Italian. So that's another miss from Hedrichkova. It hasn't missed for a while. And now Pontes Varubia goes in front again. So Lentikia, vital that she hits this play in order to stay in the final, and does so. So for Emma Kortashova, no matter now what happens, she will be leaving. Meanwhile, great shooting from Pontes Varubia. 26 hits out of 30 targets. Only 4 misses across the final so far. Kortashova's missed that one. Will be leaving us in 5th place. And Hedrichkova up to 25 hits. So we have a clear winner again, or a clear leader even. Pontes Varubia of Spain. Meanwhile, leaving the final in 5th place, Emma Kortashova of Slovakia.
After the next 5 targets,
So if you are just joining us, welcome. This is the Trap Women Junior Final here at the European Championships in Osijek in Croatia. And here's how it stands with 4 athletes left. So Noelia Pontes Varubia of Spain on 26 hits. Hedrichkova just 1 behind on 25. Feel free to subscribe to the YouTube channel for the ESC. You can also go to the European Shooting Confederation website for more information on this competition and upcoming events in the calendar. And if you subscribe to the channel, then it just means that everything should pop up for you and you shouldn't have to do so much searching. In the meantime, Sofia Litame with 2 hits in a row. Lentikia now. Can she make it 2 on the bounce? And she can. Had a dodgy start to the final, but has been shooting much better over the last 15 clays or so. And right down the middle for Pontes Varubia. So she knows that's the middle shot gone. And Litame's missed that one. So it stays on 24 hits. Lentikia, for the first time in an awful long while in this final, can level it with the fellow Italian. And now both athletes from Italy on 24 hits. It's Spain versus the Czech Republic at the moment. And Hedrichkova has missed that one, so Pontes Varubia stays in the lead. And Lentikia needs to keep the hits up in order to survive this final. And is now on 25, but she does need to get 1 in front of the fellow Italian. Otherwise Lentikia will be leaving based on bib number. So Hedrichkova, what's happening here? Because she's been so solid in this final, and now 2 misses in a row on 27 hits. And Sofia Litame needs to hit this target in order to stay in this final, because if Lentikia was to hit hers and go to 26, then Litame will leave. But that's probably the most vital hit she's had so far in this final. 26. And now Lentikia, even if she gets this, will be eliminated. They're both on 26, each Italian shooter, but because of bib number, Lentikia is the athlete who will leave. So Hedrichkova's just gone to pieces a little bit. Was that 3 misses in a row? Now on 27. So Georgia Lentikia, 20 years old, silver medalist at the World Championships in Changwon earlier this year, leaves the final without a medal this time in 4th place. Just misses out on a bronze. So 3 to go, and it's Spain who lead now by 3 hits. An amazing performance from Pontes Varubia on 30 targets. And she's 3 in front, and you have to say it's looking likely for Pontes Varubia to keep up this form and perhaps sail closer to the gold medal. But there's 2 misses, so 1 from Sofia, 1 from Pontes Varubia. Meanwhile, Hedrichkova makes a recovery after the last 3 hits, starts with a hit this time. Great shot from Sofia Littime of Italy. 27 targets out of 37 so far. Pontes Ferrubial just taking a moment. She was 3 hits in front, is now just 2 in front of Hedrichkova of Czech Republic. And that's a brilliant shot. That's just superb. 31 hits now. Hedrichkova, meanwhile, keeps up the pressure. Just 2 behind on 29. So Sofia Littime can only get a total of 30 as we narrow down towards the bronze medal, which is decided at 40 targets. So gets that one up to 28. So Pontes Ferrubial can't be caught for the moment. That's another terrific shot, that. Right in the middle. And Hedrichkova, if she hits this one, oh, has missed it. Oh, miss at this stage. 29 out of 39. So a chance for Sofia Littime now to creep back into the higher medals. So the bronze medal would be decided on bibs. Pontes Ferrubial, meanwhile, can't afford to keep missing though, because a gold medal can slip away if that keeps happening. So Sofia Littime now needs to hit this target, otherwise the bronze medal is confirmed. And it means Italy have a bronze medal in this trap final. So Pontes Ferrubial and Hedrichkova will fight it out for the gold. And Hedrichkova will really want to hit this one in order to stay just 2 behind. So our bronze medalist is confirmed, representing Italy, 21-year-old Sofia Littime, gold medalist at the European Championships last year. The defending champion leaves today with a medal, but this time it's bronze. So I think just almost half commiserations, I think, from Despino, her coach. So here's how it stands. Pontes Ferrubial was 3 hits in front. Now just 2 separate Spain and the Czech Republic as we search for the gold medalist over the next 10 targets. Which way is it going to go? Can Pontes Ferrubial hang on? Or will Hedrichkova find some of the form that she had in the early part of this final and convert a silver into a gold? So we're now into the gold medal stage of this final, just as the sun starts to come out over the shotgun range here in Osijek. The wind seems to have died off a little as well. Been about 6 meters per second earlier on as the final started, but just looking at the trees in the distance, there's not too much movement, and they're a great marker. So who will take gold here? Will Pontes Ferrubial of Spain, 17 years old, the youngest member to start this final. Is it going to be gold for this young Spaniard? Or Hedrichkova from Czech Republic? So that's a miss. Here we go. The drama unfolds. And Hedrichkova's hit that one, so just 1 behind now. Pontes Ferrubial on 34. Hedrichkova on 33. And that's a real solid hit. 35 hits now. Zina Hedrichkova settles in. Shoots off to the left. Manages to turn that clay to powder. And there's still one hit that separates these two. 6 targets left, unless it's a tie, in which case we'd go to a shoot-off. And that's a hit. And I wonder what's going through the mind of Antonio Bayon Rodriguez. Still one hit that separates these two, 36 to 35. So Noelia Pontes Varubia has missed. And now Hedricheva just taking a moment, deep breath. And settles into her shot. Can she level it again? It'll be the first time this final's been level for some time. And it's both now on 36. So a dramatic ending in store, I think, for this trap final. And now it's a question, I think, of really who misses first, because these two have been so solid through this trap final. And oh, that's a terrific shot. I think even Antonio Bayon Rodriguez was even agreeing and nodding his head. Great shot. So, tense. So Noelia Pontes Varubia, 17 years old. Is she to become the European champion? Well, shooting that way, it's certainly looking more plausible. And another hit, so Hedrichkova keeping the pressure on. 38 targets each. This is exactly what we wanted. I did say this at the beginning. I think we're in for a world-class finish to this European Shotgun Championship final in Trap Women Junior. So, great shot from Pontes Varubia, up to 39, and Hedrichkova also on 39. So, one miss from either, and the medals will be decided. Otherwise, we will go to a shoot-off if indeed Pontes Varubia and Hedrichkova hit both of their targets. Let's see. Oh, terrific. She shot so well through this final so far. Can Hedrichkova hit this next one? No target called. So just a quick wipe of the hand, and she's going to compose herself. She knows now she's shooting to stay within the hunt of a gold medal. And that's a terrific shot. We're going to a shoot-off, and it's no surprise, really, because these two really have been inseparable. So both on 40 out of 50, just 10 misses from each. And now the shoot-off begins. So a hit from Pontes Varubia. Hedrichkova, great hit. And everyone's applauding, all of the coaches. Stephen Scott down at the end for Great Britain. Daniele Despigno nearest us for Italy. So there we are, tied both on 41. It's been a real up and down final. And I think now the shoot-off begins. So sorry, just to correct myself, even just got carried away there. I think there was the last two shots to go to actually confirm the shoot-off. So both now on 41. Here we go for the shoot-off. So my apologies for that. Just getting caught up in the drama and the heat of the moment. Noelia Pontes Varubia with a hit. Hedrichkova now. Probably the most pressurised shot she's taken all year. And it's a hit as well, so still nothing to separate these two. So tense. Which way will it go? Is gold going to Spain or the Czech Republic? And that's terrific shooting from 17-year-old Noelia Pontes Varubia. And now for Zina Hedrichkova, 19 years old. And she's missed that one, so it's a silver medal, and Spain are victorious. What a performance from the 17-year-old, the youngest to come into this final for the Trap Women Junior here at the European Championships in Osijek in Croatia. An incredible performance from 17-year-old Noelia Pontes Varubia. This is her second European Championship final, and this time she's the European champion. What a day. So Spain have their first gold medal of these European Championships. Meanwhile, what an effort and what a performance from Zina Hedrichkova of the Czech Republic. Just beaten in the shoot-off. Both athletes tied on 41 as we went into it. Oh, and look at the emotions. And Noelia Pontes Varubia, she just wanted it so much. And just the emotions taking over. Oh, she's so emotional, and I can understand why. To have come to only your second European Championship final and now walk away as European champion with the gold medal just must be a terrific achievement when you're only 17 years old. Meanwhile, the other medalists just getting their mentions. So Sofia Littemayer of Italy, just on the right, the bronze medalist. Zina Hedrichkova of Czech Republic with the silver. And Noelia Pontes Varubia of Spain just can barely hold her shotgun above her head as the tears roll down her face, and just so emotional. She's put so much work in. Has just been so focused. As I said before the final, I did speak to her and she looks so relaxed. And at 17 years old, she's become the European champion and is the gold medalist. So that's how it finished. 41 targets. There was nothing to separate the Spaniard and Hedrichkova from the Czech Republic. 41 each, and it went to a shoot-off. Meanwhile, Sofia Littemayer, who came here as the European champion from Larnaca last year, leaves today with a bronze medal on 29 hits. Spain have their first gold medal. What a final. If you only just joined at the end, then I'd urge you to watch that one back. We'll be back in a few moments' time for the men junior trap final, so don't go anywhere at all. We'll just take a quick break, and we'll see you in a few minutes.